Hello, hello. This is Pat once again doing a response video to James Baber and his channel devoted to defeating Adventism. This is a response to Short 47, Seventh-day Adventist Ellen White, a practicing witch, green cord. Let's see what's happening. Okay, in today's video, James picks a particular book because it has words in it that he likes, like mystical. And then he throws in words that he likes that aren't there, like spirit guide. It does not mean that those things are in the original text.
We are in the month of October in the year 2025, which happens October is Spirit of Prophecy month, and while October is Halloween, and nothing goes together more than Ellen White, witchcraft, Spirit of Prophecy, and Halloween. I'm going to read to you an account here of Ellen White's Green Cord Dream in a modern book. It can be found in older books, but I'm going to pick this modern one for you. Look with me here. Here it is from 2012 Pacific Press, where it says Ellen White was given a mystical experience. And Ellen White describes it then. Just then the door opened in her mystical experience, and a personage of beautiful form and countenance entered. Well, she met that person. But when she left and she supposedly met Jesus, this spirit being, her spirit guide here, handed her a green cord coiled up. And he told her to place this against her heart, stretch it across her heart when she wanted to see Jesus. And then he told her, and be careful not to let it get coiled up or knotted, because it'll be difficult to straighten. He was worried about knots. You know, this dream that's here in this book was told to Adventists that it was from God. Look here in the Youth Instructor in 1917.
There it is. So I actually went through and looked at this. The Youth Instruct. God rightly blessed her and gave her 2 impressive dreams and a vision. Nowhere in here does it imply that one of the dreams is this green cord dream. James is the one implying that one of the dreams is this dream.
There it is. It's a God-given dream. But you know what I know about cords and witchcraft and cord magic? Because that's what this is. Here's a book by a witch that I read, and here's where you discover the use of magical cords is here. Not in the Bible, but in books by witches and cords. And you know what else I discovered? Who else uses cord magic? Look here. It's in the Quran. It's in Surah 113. And you know what? The same instructions that were given to Ellen by her spirit guide are the same instructions given by the spirit guide to Muhammad, saying, don't let the cord get knots in it. Who else has cords and cord magic? Here, the Brothers Grimm in this fairy tale from the late 1800s called The Six Swans, when we have someone being led through the forest by a magical cord.
All right, so on her side, you know, giving her the benefit of the doubt, although I'm also going to agree with James at the end, is that there's a difference between visions and dreams. My background is that as a youth I did lots of drugs, psychedelics, and as a result I have very vivid dreams. Just recently I have a friend who was trying to move a trailer, so I just recently had a very vivid, very long dream where I was trying to move a trailer. So with that in mind, we can conclude that it is possible that she read the Quran and had that in thought. It is possible that she read the Brothers Grimm and had that in thought. So is it possible that the dream was inclusive to real world events and just was inspired by things that were on the exterior rather than being a vision, where in vision you were actually really, in truth, taken up and experience real things like John the Revelator in Revelation? Those are 2 different types of things.
And know what? Here's what else I discovered about cord magic. I think I discovered the origin or the history of it. And look here. The earliest account I found of cords being used in sorcery and magic is 3000 BC, also 1600 BC by the Hittites. Well, you know what? God doesn't like the use of sorcery, mediums, etc. Because this is what he says in Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12. And look with me here. God says, let there not be found among you any sorcerers or mediums, for whoever does any of this is an abomination to God.
If that's the case, why do you go out and find one and have them make something for you in this video?
Ellen White is an abomination to God. The use of cords to stretch across your heart to call Jesus is not biblical. But it is in cord magic, and it is in this book. And look, I got a cord here. I asked a witch to make me. Doesn't it look a lot like this one? I think they use the same witch.
Or you brought them that book and said, make me one that looks like this. What is more likely?
Ellen White is engaged in witchcraft, and Adventism is just wrong.
Okay, so this is the part where I'm actually going to step down and agree with James. Ellen White has a vast array of writing styles. You know, she has commentary, instruction for Christian living, dreams and visions, and several other. When it comes to all those ones on the side, like 98% of the time, it, in my opinion, based on my experience, because I've taken the time to read a vast amount of her stuff, whereas the skeptics have not, I agree with what she's saying when it lines up with Scripture. The way that she discusses how we should live and act and behave and appear, it does align with Scripture. Now, when it comes to her visions and dreams, that's when I put my hands up and I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because for the most part, they're silly. For example, the golden card. No one I've ever met can say that they had heard of that. And even in the comment section of one of my more recent videos, when I bring the golden card up, the SDA responders in the comment section admittedly said, I have to go look that up. So yeah, when it comes to her visions and dreams, in comparison to her other writing styles, that's where I take a step back.